After many months of development, engineering, and handicrafting, today the prototype model of the W Motors HYPERSPORT LYKAN will be assembled. It will be shown to the world at the Doha Motor Show only a few weeks away, but for now, today, for the first time, the team will actually see what their car looks like for real.
Ready for it? I can't describe it. It's undescribable. Just seeing it right here behind me and knowing that in a few weeks the whole world is going to see it and just unleashing it to the world and proving that this is actually happening. It's the best feeling in the world. I was telling the other guys that it's like having your baby for the first night and you just want to spend every moment with it. And I know I'm leaving the factory in a few days and I have to go back to Dubai and to Beirut and just continue, the preparations for everything. I just don't want to leave it alone. I want to be with it all night. The LYKAN in the legendary myth is the beast, is a werewolf that can transform at any given time into the most aggressive wolf of them all. At the same time, when it's not a werewolf, it is the most beautiful and elegant creature the world has ever seen.
Most difficult model in the world. Thank you very much. We are so proud.
And now, for the first time, an exclusive look at the W Motors HYPERSPORT LYKAN, one of the most expensive cars in the world, by its proud creator, Ralph DeBas, and design director, Anthony Gianarelli.
It's not easy to create a new identity for a new supercar. So the LYKAN is here in front of you. The idea has been in our mind for so long. The design has been there, imagining it, seeing it, how it's going to look in real life. But we have never even thought we're going to see it on the street. And now it's right here in front of us. So to make this happen, of course, we needed the right people to actually do it. And this is where Anthony came into the picture. So Anthony put his touch together. And hand in hand, we were able to create something incredible. With his expertise to make something, an idea, come to life into something as beautiful as this. And this is how the LYKAN was born. I wanted to integrate diamonds inside the LED light. And this is the first car in the world, and the only car in the world, that has LED encrusted diamonds. A white gold piece that has diamond encrusted all around it. And the client can choose between rubies, sapphires, and emeralds to integrate inside the car depending on the color that is chosen. These lights are 8 centimeters in width, and it is one of the smallest lights in the world. But we wanted to make it so simple, so pure. Even these technical specs are even adapted in this W to be so minimal. And this is also the only car in the world that has this line coming in, goes all the way here with the same color of the body, and goes back down here. I can guarantee no one has that except the W. Here you have also the DRL and the turning signal that's integrated inside the light as well from here with a thin and long design. The wheels are very special. So the W has 20-inch in the back and 19 inches in the front. The design of it are very modern, as you see. We wanted to go with a V shape, as the V is taken in several sections of the vehicle. And this has a very special meaning for us, because the V is the number 7 in Arabic. And using the number 7, we wanted to play on that to produce only 7 cars in the world of the LYKAN. Why the 7? Because the 7, you have 7 wonders of the world, the 7 Emirates, the 7 continents. The number 7 is used a bit everywhere in bits and pieces of the vehicle, very discreetly. As you see it on the roof, you see it here on the air blade, you see it on the plaque in the back, you see it in the rims, and you also see it in the front lights. My initial idea was to have a body inside the body. So this was something that I always wanted to do when creating a car. So having the main body of the vehicle, this down, and having another body coming around it and wrapping its arms around it also gives it a very modern spaceship look. It had to be massive. It's 2 meters in width in the back. You have wheels that are 35 centimeters in width each, which you can clearly see from back, and you have a big diffuser coming from down in carbon fiber to hold the car together and push it to the ground. The transmission is also positioned in this position right here in the back, in a horizontal way. So it had to be quite big to accommodate all the mechanical system that the W has to offer. So what is really, really nice to see here is the carbon fiber blades that are surrounding the lights in the back. If you look closely to the car and you follow up on the side view of the vehicle, you would find the same blade that would go all the way here through the body, go out in the center position of the vehicle in the side air blades, and continue as well in the front around the lights.
At the end, nobody really realizes all these little surfaces, but that's why you feel the car is alive and very emotional. The most difficult moments are when the engineers tell you, okay, your idea is nice, but it's not possible. So what should we do? You always have to push, because if you listen to them too much, like the car wouldn't look like this, And the point is, like, you're never sure that's life, But at the same time, we all live for emotions, And that's something engineers don't really take into account into their parameter, And once they see that you are still fighting for your idea, they start to make an effort and say, oh, okay, yeah, actually, we might find something that would work for you, And like this, bit by bit, we make it, we manage to make a shape like this. And what is amazing is that at the end, they are very proud of this shape. It's a mixture between brutality and refinement,
The exhaust system has been designed also in a way to be really big and massive in the back. What I love in a car is to find a really beautiful and big exhaust system in the back. We didn't want to keep a central position. We didn't want to put standard rounded ones on the left and on the right. Instead, we had these big squares or rectangles that are on the left and on the right. They go all the way inside. And if you put your hand, you can feel it go all the way down inside of the vehicle.
This structure has to be 100% safe, because in case of an accident, this will save your life. It gives you the rest of the whole shape for the roof. So if you incline it a little bit less or a little bit more, all the rest of the car, the balance changes. We will manage to get these A-pillars the lowest possible. And for instance, that's why we use carbon fiber.
So this plate is actually signed with the number of the vehicle from 1 to 7 and the date of delivery that the client received the car in. So we have 1 of 7, which is right here. Arabic letters and Arabic alphabets are beautiful way to write, and they give it an artistic feel when you see it. So someone that doesn't know how to read it will think it's just a graphic that we just put on top of the vehicle. But at the same time, when someone knows Arabic and we sees that, he will understand everything about the vehicle just by looking at the small plate on top.
One of the other unique features of this car is this kind of line, on the windscreen. And this, again, is linked to our concept of very limited production. To have this effect, we have like an extra roof on top of the windscreen. And this is something very complicated to do, to manufacture. And you have to adjust everything by hand at the end.
If you look at it from certain angles, you see it's not a straight door. It's actually going into several curves and lines going inside of it. This has been created like a muscle. So when you see it, you feel like it's actually pulling, it's making an effort. Instead of keeping it white, we wanted to have this part in black. By doing that, it's giving a lot of, you feel like the car is much thinner in the middle and much larger in the back, giving the feeling that the animal is actually jumping. And you can see it here with the legs in the back, giving the feeling like the wolf is on its back feet and jumping at really high speeds. And this really shows the animal inside the W.
We are very proud to make this model, And we dream the 28th of January 2003 for show to all our friends here in Torino what we did.
This kind of customer that we have, the W Motors guys, are special customers. Special customer with whom you can not only become, you can not only be a supplier, but you can become a friend. And sometimes the friendship helps to make possible what is impossible.
I know Ralph. I know the potential that he has and the dedication he has. So that gave me confidence. When you have preparation, and when preparation meets opportunity, you have the formula for success.
Seeing the people work on it, seeing the enthusiasm that was put in it, seeing the passion that was put inside of it, this really showed, and this really gave us even more confidence to know that the people working on the car were as excited and as happy and as proud as I was when looking at this car, as my partner were with just walking in and seeing this car in front of us. This team that we had, from Magna Steyr to the people working on the car, to Alfredo Stola, to the suppliers, to anyone involved in this project, from the smallest screw to the biggest piece that's installed inside. It's all done with passion. It's all done with their heart.